Alex carried a weight. It was invisible to others, but it was always there. This burden felt heavy. It pressed down on Alex's spirit. Joy seemed like a distant memory. Life had lost its vibrant color. Everything felt muted, a dull gray. Alex moved through days feeling numb, disconnected from the world. The pain came from the past. It was a collection of old hurts. There were regrets, like shadows. Unforgiven moments played on repeat. These memories were relentless. They stole the quiet of the morning. They intruded on peaceful evenings. The present moment was lost, swallowed by what was. This constant replay was exhausting. Daily life became a performance. Alex would smile, but the smile never quite reached the eyes. It was a mask worn for the world. Inside, a quiet storm raged. Vulnerability seemed terrifying. So, Alex built walls, brick by brick. Alex longed for relief. Then, something began to shift. It was not sudden. It was a slow, quiet stirring, a growing discomfort with the familiar ache. The pain had become a companion, a predictable, albeit unwelcome, friend. But its company was draining. The constant ache started to feel unbearable. A tiny voice whispered, "Enough." This was new. Alex started to notice others. Some people seemed to walk lighter. They laughed with their whole bodies. A pang of something like envy arose. Could I feel that way too? A small seed of possibility was planted. It was fragile, but it was there. Hope, in its quietest form. A gentle nudge from within. Ideas about letting go appeared, maybe in a book or a podcast. Perhaps a kind friend spoke words that resonated. At first, the concept felt alien. Let go? But this pain is part of me. It felt like an impossible task. How could one release what felt so deeply ingrained? The thought began to take root. The true turning point was quiet. It was not a loud, dramatic event. There were no fireworks, no sudden, grand epiphany. It arrived in a moment of stillness. Perhaps Alex was looking out a window, watching the leaves dance in the wind. Or maybe it came in the deep quiet of a sleepless night. A space opened up. In that space, a profound clarity emerged. The burdens, Alex realized, were not chains, not entirely. Their continued presence was a choice. A difficult, often unconscious choice, but a choice nonetheless. The past was a story. And stories, Alex understood, could be re-examined. They could be retold. Or perhaps new stories could be written. This was a powerful thought. Letting go, Alex saw, was not forgetting. It was not about pretending the hurt didn't happen. It was not about condoning any wrongs. It was about reclaiming peace. It was an act of profound self-love. A decision to stop suffering. Alex took a deep breath. It felt like the first real breath in a very long time. A release. A new sense of agency bloomed. Small steps, big courage, the path to healing begins. The realization led to a decision to act, but not with grand, sweeping gestures. Those often falter. Instead, Alex chose small steps, tiny, consistent efforts. This is where true courage often lives. Not in the spotlight, but in the quiet, daily choices. The choice to try. The choice to be gentle with oneself. Journaling became a practice. Pouring out the tangled thoughts onto paper, giving words to the silent pain, naming the feelings. Seeing them written down made them feel less overwhelming, less powerful. It was like untangling a knotted thread, slowly, patiently. This was an act of witnessing one's own experience. It was brave. Morning walks became a ritual, stepping out into the fresh air, feeling the ground beneath. The simple rhythm of walking. Moving the body helped to move the mind. Alex started to notice the world again. The color of the sky, the sound of birds, small details. These walks were moments of connection with nature, with self. Self-compassion was the anchor. The unfurling heart, finding peace in imperfection. Slowly, gradually, changes began to appear. They were subtle at first, a moment of unexpected lightness, a genuine laugh that bubbled up. Noticing beauty in everyday things. The heavy weight hadn't vanished completely, but it was shifting. It felt less dense, more manageable. Alex could breathe a little deeper now. Old triggers still surfaced sometimes. A memory, a particular song, a familiar scent. But Alex's response started to change. There was less immediate reactivity, more of a pause, an observation. Ah, there is that old feeling, I recognize it, it can pass. This space between trigger and reaction was new, it was empowering. A growing sense of inner peace emerged. It wasn't a constant state of bliss, life still had its challenges. But there was a quiet confidence now, a resilience that hadn't been there before, the ability to sit with discomfort, without crumbling, without immediately trying to escape. This was a new kind of strength. A gentle strength. Alex began to reconnect, tentatively at first. Embracing the horizon, living a wholehearted life. Looking forward started to feel different. The future was no longer a source of dread, or a blank space. Instead, there was a gentle anticipation, a sense of possibility. New beginnings felt real. The past, while still a part of Alex's story, no longer dictated the future. It informed, it taught, but it did not define. Joy was found in simple things, the warmth of a cup of tea, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, the quiet beauty of a sunset, the ability to be present, truly present. This was one of the greatest gifts of letting go. It brought Alex back to the now, back to life, back to the richness of ordinary moments. Alex understood something important. Letting go is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing practice, a daily commitment to oneself, a choice to cultivate peace, again and again. Some days it would be easy, other days it would require more conscious effort, but the commitment remained. It was a commitment to wholehearted living. Alex's transformation was clear, from burdened and heavy. This story of Alex is one of many. Your story matters too. Your pain is real and valid, and your healing is entirely possible. We all carry things, memories, regrets, sorrows. It is part of the human experience. You are not alone in this, remember that, always. Perhaps you can take one small step, today. What is one tiny thing you feel you could gently loosen your grip on? Even the smallest shift can begin a transformation. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. What will your first step be, or your next one? Letting go is an act of profound strength. It is an act of immense courage. It is the path to a more authentic, wholehearted life.